What are you telling me?
Alright, cool.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. So tell me, who is Infecta?
Who is Infecta? An artist, first and foremost, a God-fearing artist that it stands for initiating new flowing energy consistently to achieve.
When did your love for music start?
Racism. In Nigeria, we don't even have swear words. Like, it was so strict. I didn't even know what a swear word was. I came over here, and I have kids running up to me saying like, "Fuck you, dickhead." Like, sorry to swear, we'll blur that out. But they were basically saying "F you" and "you're a D-head" and all this stuff, like, and "go back to your country" and "fresh off boat." They were saying all that stuff. This is year 2000, so all these like snowflakes today who are mourning, trying to live back then, it was much more racist. Like, people literally had bricks still getting thrown through windows. In Bermondsey, I got beaten up just for simply walking whilst black. Like, so even till to this day, there's an I.N.F scripted into my lift, because I now live, ironically enough, Tower Bridge, Bermondsey side, where my music practice started. My music love started back home. Fela, Bob Marley, Madonna, Missy Elliott, and there's one more M. It was Missy Elliott, Madonna, and Michael Jackson. Those three, Michael Jackson especially. Back home, all I'll do is sit in front of the radio, like 6 years old, and I'll just listen to music for time. Like, my mom would come in, and I'm like, it looks like I'm basically meditating, because I would literally just be sat there. Like, people are sat watching TV, I was just sat listening to the music.
10 years, describe that journey to me. Wow. Why aren't you on the Billboard right now?
Because I've been on Billboard, on my own terms. That's why, because I did it myself. I did it all, really. You know why? Because this generation now has more, I'm like a middle child, basically. Like we all are, a lot of our people in the 90s, we're the middle child. But in the music era in particular, and in UK, I've found myself as a middle child, as someone who, I didn't realize it then, but I was doing a lot of things that now is what people strive for. But I was already doing it, and I never was signed. Till this day, no one's ever signed me. I've had offers, many offers. I've had meetings, but no one's ever signed me. And so I've been on the billboards. I did billboards with Face of JD. I did billboards before that with, what's the name of that clothing line? Basically, I've done billboards. The reason why I'm not on the Billboard charts, so to speak, that's just due to the politics of the industry, but we don't give a fuck about the industry now.
There was a viral video of you on the train or a bus or whatever. I personally haven't seen it. I just remember hearing of it. Explain to me what time that happened and where you were mentally.
End of 2012, my auntie had just died. My entire life was upside down. And I'm a young man at the end of a very intense electrical engineering apprenticeship course, and I just won, ironically enough, I just won a competition in my college at the time that I was going to. But the result of it was, for winning the competition, I got a chance to perform at the official staff party, which was quite a big do. And so I performed there. The energy of the pressure was so strong. Like, we know how it is when trains used to be packed. You go on and Londoners are just there gloom. And I just couldn't deal with it. I was so sad already. I've used this music thing to help me get my energy up. I'm now on my way home and I'm gonna be so depressed. I looked at everyone's face and I was like, I refuse to lose, basically, to lose this good vibe. So I put my headset in and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep singing the way I was singing on my way onto this train. Like, I'm gonna just stay lost in the music.
You don't care, it feels true. I know you've been hurt.
Literally.
Were you aware that you were being filmed?
No. And that's the problem. That's where we got this whole thing about consent. I mean, obviously, in the greater scheme of things, it's all worked out, right? But it could have been handled differently. Because I woke up the next morning and I've gone viral. Unbeknown to you, I literally...
How long did it take for you to feel that you've gone viral?
The next morning.
So did he have a following prior to this?
No. It literally, the universe, this is what I'm saying about, that's why I see past the illusion of like, oh, you have to pay for viral. Nah, bruv, you put something out into the world and the world takes over. It's like when Giggs blew up in the scene, he had just been told by the label she's never going to get signed. Then he releases Bomb Titty Bomb and the song goes the most viral. By the next morning, I've woken up and my prayer was like, God, give me a sign that my life is either worse or something else. I want to kill myself by like end of this weekend.
Wait. So you actually felt like killing yourself based off this video?
No, before. Literally before, yeah. That same night, that video was technically recorded, that journey home, and I got home. That's how much emotions were whirling around in me. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I said, okay. So I wake up the next morning and my phone, it's like literally everyone you can imagine. I'm talking teachers, friends you ain't spoken to since school, friends that you don't even talk to like that, enemies, and then real friends as well. They're all doing you, they're just, yeah, like, they're all like, oh yeah, you're on Face of YouTube, oh yeah, you're on Worldstar, oh yeah, they all just, I was like, okay. Literally like 200 notifications on my phone, and by the time I finally went to go and see, what is it you all are even talking about? It was already coming up to 200,000 views. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and I looked at the time of it, it's like this guy uploaded it the second he got home. Like, so I was just like, raw. So anyway, cool. Now, like I said, I contacted him to change it. He didn't. He read it, didn't. Contacted him to remove it, take it down. He didn't. Then when I finally started getting help from Rethink Mental Illness to do like a press run about this, they even helped contact him on a tip of like they orchestrated something where me and him could have had a sit down on Channel 4 and talk about the fact that you're concerned, understanding how that whole conversation is going forward. This guy still said no. But guess what? I ended up going to perform in Stratford when Stratford Westfield was still like freshly launched. Performed with the Mayor of London scheme Giggs, and I was like, basically it was my slot. I won't even say headline, but it was my slot. Cool. I'm performing, and there's this guy in the crowd filming me the whole time and like smiling very smirkily. When I came off stage, in the middle of everyone giving me ratings and daps, this guy came to very like narcissistically come and be like, hey, you know who I am? I was like, no.
What stopped you from just banging him in the face?
Bruv, I think maybe the beautiful girls that are around me at the time, and I was just like, I'm too busy chasing.
I don't condone violence.
Exactly.
I only just don't like the fact that he says, do you know who I am?
Oh, no. He literally introduced himself in a very like, I'm the one who made you famous type thing. I'm Greg Funny. And I was like, I gave him my business card and I said like, send me an email or let me get your email. So I got his email. Until this day, I swear, I'm sure if I got an email the guy, he still won't reply. But I'm like, fam, you even had a chance to be on Channel 4 and talk about this like mature adults in a way that would help the entire world be more.
Okay, explain to me why legally you couldn't take it down because it was your image.
Till this day, I potentially can actually. The rules around that are changing thanks to YouTube finally waking up to this stuff. But
it was a public place, but it was your likeness.
It is my likeness, and it is ultimately me that makes that entire video. And I'm saying I do not consent. I didn't want this. I don't care for it. I never wanted fame.
Do you feel like you were violated?
Very much so. Oh, big violation. The guy set it up as a joke. So yeah, man, very much so. Big violation. Big. Like, and I tried to find ways to spin it and like, bro, like, real talk, let me take the shades off.
Yeah, my hands are a bit ashy still.
Oh yeah, you know. Thanks.
Yeah, go on.
Real talk?
Yeah.
It was a hard time. He didn't help. At first, he didn't help. Mm-hmm. People thought like, oh, you're going viral, sure, you love that now, right? And again, that's why I look at people that are so lost in the source, like, you're chasing fame. Fame don't mean shit. In fact, it gets worse. I remember seeing the video as it went through the world, quite literally, like you could see the comments that were all in Chinese, you can see the comments that were all in like Eastern European, then you can see the comments that were coming from like all sorts of places, UK, like, oh yeah, that's that boy Infecta, yeah, that's Infecta, oh yeah. But then you then saw the comments coming from US, and the racism was insane.
Yeah. How does it make you feel knowing the video is still out there?
Now I look at it.
Or has it died down?
Now, now it's finally died down because
I did try to find it before. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, now it's called Drake on the tube. Yeah, it was annoying. It was annoying still.
Now the Channel 4 idea, like the whole thing, why didn't it go on with them just speaking to you? Or was the angle of it?
No. We still had some sort of conversation, didn't we? I can't remember what we did. I think we did like an interview. The press one was very intense, and what it showed me was every time I go back to that stage, I guess I don't have that now, but back then, because it was still raw, it was like a scab. So the scab is there, it's healed, but every time you go back to it, you're gonna open it up a little bit more, and then it hurts again.
How has these experiences been coming to you, and would you say it's good management, or would you say And do you sometimes feel like it's tokenistic sometimes? They just go, okay, we need something, we need some diversity, let's throw your face in.
I'll put it down to good management, and I'll put it down to God's grace, man. The string of things that happened last year that really showed me God is pulling me out. And I was, again, in typically human fashion, I felt like unworthy, the most unworthy of times. Like I was down and out. COVID had finally got me down. It was like near the end of the year, I was in my house basically being a bum. I wasn't working as well because, again, I had my own health issues that were going on, physical health, mind you. But yeah, regardless, like, so I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we put you up for this thing and you've got the job. I was like, okay. And that was for like a Movember thing for guys. So I had to shave off my beard. I'm never doing that again. If you want me to shave off my beard again,
big bags.
Yeah, big bags.